realistic and practical,
intellectual stew,
informative and inspirational. How you gonna do better if you don't know what better looks like? I do.
intellectual stew,
Come on, let's talk about it with me, the mind massager.
intellectual stew with James. Intellectual.
Look at all these technical difficulties. What's up? What it do? It's time for another episode of the Intellectual Stew with yours truly. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and bring my two guests in. Well, my panelists. Ashley, are you there? Ashley. Well, I guess she's not there. Hold on. Let me get my other guy on. She'll be on in a second. I know she's probably trying to tend to house and get her daughter straight. I got my partner on there. What's up, PD? Paul, what's up, baby boy? Paul, can you hear me?
How you doing, brother?
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you
All
hear
right,
me?
good. Yeah, I hear you quite well. Just waiting to get old Ashley in here so we can go ahead and get this conversation started tonight. I don't want to prolong or belabor the time. Somebody told me the other day that I let my music play too long, so I'm going. So when people tell you something, you kind of start to listen to it if you want to grow and hopefully get to where you're trying to get to with the whole show thing, right? So come on, Paul, tell my listeners. Hold on. First of all, everybody that's in the chat right now, do me a favor. Let me get myself together. Do me a favor, if you would. Please go ahead and share this thread. Like it, share it. If you're in the comments, say hello. Let me know where you're listening from. What's up, Valencia? Good to see you again. Everybody tag 4 or 5 people. Share the thread. Let's go ahead and get this whole conversation started about this whole Cam Newton conundrum. I got my normal panelists on. Ashley, she's going to be with us tonight. And I asked my good brother, Paul Davis, a friend of mine that we met and we kind of connected. And so I wanted to bring him in and get some of his views as well. And then, of course, we always want to get your views. There you go. I've been hollering your name like 5, 6, 17 times, and I can't hear you at all. So let's unmute you, right? Maybe you need to unmute yourself.
Okay,
Yeah, I got you.
Stepped away quickly.
Yeah, I'm hollering like Ashley, making me look all bad and all that kind of stuff. But I got my Ashley with me. You know, Ashley's gonna always be with me because Ashley got my back, and I love Ashley. But everybody that's on my show has my back, and I appreciate that. But I wanted to bring but we're gonna deal with this Cam Newton thing first. But I want to ask. We talk a lot about growing the panel, and I tell you that I want to diversify and
Absolutely.
bring different type of panelists on from different walks of life, right? And I brought Paul on tonight. And Paul is a father. Paul is also a widower. He lost his wife last year. Paul, I ain't gonna introduce you. You introduce yourself. Tell everybody who you are and what you do, and then we're gonna get into this conversation, okay?
Well, it's quite simple. I'm just a man with an opinion, but to take it deeper, yes, I'm a father. Was married for 18 years, 2 lovely children. Yes, I'm a widow, but by no means does that totally define me, right?
Gotcha.
That's just one of my experiences. So I've been in the automotive industry for nearly 30 years in various levels. So, and I also watch TV. So I got an opinion.
I got you. Listen, everybody in the comments, everybody that's listening, please do me a favor. Share this thread. We are getting ready to get started. Paul, I don't know if you can see the comments, read the comments. And if you do see comments, Ashley and I, we do respond to the people in the comments. So we want them to be a part of the conversation as well. And also you in the comments, respond to each other. Y'all have a conversation there as we have our conversation here. And we'll grow this huh? You say what, Paul? Oh, you want to do it? You must be your
He
Wi-Fi.
said he'll be more than happy to. It is a delay. Yeah,
your Wi-Fi has a little delay because your screen looks a little blurry. Mine is too because I'm not real. I don't have my green screen lit up like I'm supposed to have it tonight. But it's all good. But listen, we're gonna get into this whole Cam because that whole Cam Newton thing started a firestorm. Last week, Cam was on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast and made some controversial statements that caused a firestorm in the media. Some label them as sexist, some label them as antiquated, some label them as being out of touch, disrespectful, among other things. Then there was a whole different crowd that says that Cam is just misunderstood and that his words were taken out of context. And what I wanted to do tonight is I wanted to come in and I wanted to see what you guys, Ashley and I were talking about this morning. What's up, Jay? I wanted to see what you guys thought about that. Not just Ash, not just Paul, but also you guys in the comments. But do me a favor, like and share this thread, and we can, like I said, get this conversation going, and we can get some understanding. Because chivalry seems to have a different definition in 2022 than it did.
Chivalry is kind of being biased. They're trying to be biased now.
Yeah, this is interesting. So yeah, but so before we get started, let me go ahead and do this. I was trying to wait till a few people came in. Let me go ahead and show the clip. I got the clip. So I'm gonna show the clip right quick, and then we're gonna talk about it. Okay, here it is. Here it is.
I had a perfect example of what a man was in my life by my father. My parents has been together for 36, 37 years now, and it's a beautiful thing. I grew up in a 3-parent household, my mom, my father, and my grandmother. And I knew what a woman was, not a bad bitch.
Okay, what's the difference?
A woman.
Okay.
A bad bitch is a person who's just, you know, girl, I'm a bad bitch, you know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Okay.
You know, and it's a lot of women who are bad bitches, and I say is in a way not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem is a boss chick. Now, a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, right? And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of like, I'm a boss, like I'm a this, I'm a that, no, like, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead.
All righty then. So you just heard it with your own mouth, okay? Well, the way Cam put it out there. Now, I listened to it, and I got what I got out of it. Ashley, Paul, his Wi-Fi might be messing up. We'll see if he comes back in a minute. But Ashley, you tell me, what did you get out of it?
Well, I actually just had this conversation last night with Nick, and I agree with Cam. A lot of women may be like, now sis, how you gonna go against the grain? I think people key in on one portion of what Cam said, and they forget all of as y'all say, they forget what do they say? Get the meat off and spit the bones off. They only take a portion of what Cam say and they key in on it. And that was the bad beat. And I don't even think they listen to any of the information or the background or the definition of what he said a bad beat was. Or he even kind of went back and kind of said that wasn't necessarily a bad thing, so to speak. But I feel like I agree with what he said. And I also feel like that when we go to talking about the things of the old days, we kind of want to pick and choose which parts of that
Please
we want.
don't try to get online or anything right now.
Hold on, we got you. Paul, we heard you talking through the hold on, let me go ahead, Ashley.
I think we want to pick and choose which part of the old days living we want to. Us as women, we want the man to be the provider. We want to, sit at home and not work. And we want to, do all of those things that we say our grandmothers were afforded the opportunities to do. But then when a man goes and talks about some of the things that he wants from the older generation to spill over into the newer generation, then we want to automatically beat him down. So I agree with Cam. I didn't think that he said anything wrong. I don't think that he was calling the women bees to degrade them. And my thing is this: people are running around calling people bad bees all day. Why are we so offended when it comes from someone else, when that's what people are classifying themselves as? So it can't be good for the goose and not good for the gander.
Yeah. Great. I think those are some great points. What do y'all think? What do y'all think in the comments? Do y'all think that Cam was wrong for what he said? Do you think those views are antiquated? I got a few thoughts about it. I'm going to share them a little bit further. I wanted to hear what you all think. Paul, did you get it? Oh, Paul is struggling. Paul, you there? We go get it together in a minute. So, but yeah, what do y'all think in the comments? Letitia, Jai, Valencia, all of y'all that are in the comments that are listening right now. If you heard what Cam Newton said, did you think that what he said was wrong? Paul, you there now?
Whoever
Yes,
Jay Johnson, is it Jay Johnson? She said she didn't see anything wrong with what Cam said.
Yeah, everybody seems to be saying that. Valencia said, "I don't want to be a bad BIT's agenda. I just want to be a woman of substance and a great helpmate to be whoever her man's piece is." All right, let's get Paul. Did you hear Cam's interview? All right, let's get Paul.
Yes, I did.
Okay, what did you think? What did you think about what he said?
Well, hopefully you can hear me. My internet connection is a little bit sketchy, but in my opinion, based on his reality, what Cam said was sexist. If you take a quantitative look at the words he used in today's society, those words are filled with toxic masculinity. And this is coming from someone that was born in 73. I've had to accept the fact that as men, if you look back on our behavior, it was pretty toxic. But now that I have a 13-year-old daughter, I wouldn't dare let a man tell her to get in the kitchen or cook and clean. What if that ain't her style? What if she don't know how to cook? Then does that mean she can't be a boss? I don't think so.
What you think about that, Ashley? Ashley, you're muted. Unmute yourself, baby. Ashley,
I'm sorry. I don't necessarily think that he was saying. I don't think that he was necessarily saying that women couldn't be bosses. I think women take the "I'm a boss" chick to the extreme. And I don't think that he was saying that you need to get in the kitchen and cook and clean either. I think that he was just simply saying you have all of these work ethics, but there's nothing else that you have going for yourself, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Let me tell you what Gabriel Harris, my partner, he said the key to me is he said the woman for him. That's his preference. And people have the right to their own preference. I'm going to play this again because I don't see how what he said was sexist. I mean, I'm gonna play it one more time because I've looked at this again, and I'm gonna be and after I play it this time, I'm gonna share. I don't like sharing my opinion from the jump, but I'm gonna share my opinion in a second. Let me play this, y'all. I'm gonna play this one more time for y'all, okay? Let me pull this video back up, Paul. Hopefully you can stick around for the whole. Your video, it seems to be working good now. Just a little delay.
Perfect.
Here we go.
A perfect example of what a man was in my life by my father. My parents has been together for 36, 37 years now, and it's a beautiful thing. I grew up in a 3-parent household, my mom, my father, and my grandmother. And I knew what a woman was, not a bad bitch.
Okay, what's the difference?
A woman.
Okay.
A bad bitch is a person who's just, you know, girl, I'm a bad bitch, you know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Okay.
You know, and it's a lot of women who are bad bitches, and I say in a way not to degrade a woman, but just.
All right, that's enough for me. I mean, if he sits there and says, I'm doing this not to degrade a woman, but he's using their words against them, they call themselves bad bitches. I mean, excuse my Lord, y'all forget about. I'm about to put it on the explicit now. They call themselves bad beeps, whatever you want to call them. And he's saying, if you call yourself that, then what else do you bring to the table besides that? I don't see that being where he's degrading women. In fact, for him to even quantify his position by saying that he's quantifying his position by saying that I was raised in a 3-parent household. That means he was with his daddy and his mama. That's number one. That's abnormal already. But then he also had his grandmama in his life. And he watched how those women raised him. And those are the qualities that he's looking for in a woman. I'm not sure if he's married or not. Is Cam married?
I don't think that he's married.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but and typically we want somebody that's kind of like our mother or that has some of the qualities that so I don't see the toxic. You know what? And this is what I was gonna say. See, sometimes, in my opinion, the media has their picks and chooses, right? And once they've chosen you as the negative one, especially this 6'5" black man, 265 pounds, who dresses a little strange, who's a little eccentric, who doesn't go with the grain, but he goes against the grain. They're saying he can't even be a backup quarterback because he's such a big presence, right? So anything he says is wrong. Even the comment when he made about the woman who made the comment about running routes. When we grew up, that was something that people didn't talk about. In the last 10 years or so, they've gotten more on ESPN, and they know more. Women know more about sports and all those types of things. Yeah, they're playing Xbox and all those types of things. He just, I didn't see him laughing at her. I just saw him kind of embracing that moment. But Paul, in my estimation, black men are so misunderstood that what we say is always, not often, always misinterpreted, especially when we're against the grain. And if you look at it, the only ones that are complaining, I can prove it to you, the only ones that are complaining, if you look at everything he's doing, are white women and mostly black men in the media and some white men in the media. But they're the ones who's complaining. I ain't seen a black woman complain yet.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. What you think, Paul? Talk to me. Tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead, Ashley. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
One of the things that I wanted to also say is, and again, I just had this conversation with a male. We can have all the preferences that we want to have all day, every day. And we want, and I'm saying we, women, we can have all of the preferences that we want to have all day, every day. We can tell what we want in a man. You know, we got our list of things that we want a man to have and do for us. But as soon as somebody puts out of their mouth what they want, what they don't want, how they want it, then it seems to become a problem. And see, that's why I said in the beginning, this thing kind of is a little biased, because if Cam had came out and saying he was looking for a bad B and he wanted to, you know, give him all of this and buy him all of this and all of that, then everybody would have been on track for it and trying to figure out if they were going to be or in agreement with that and trying to see if they fit the bad B title. But now he's saying that, or now a man is saying, well, this is what I want. I want somebody to, I'm sure he does want somebody to have those work ethics that a air quote bad B or a boss chick, I'm not going to say a bad B, a boss chick would have, but he also wants her to be able to do something else besides just go to work and hustle, if that makes sense. I don't see nothing wrong with it at all. I just feel like, and a lot of times we want to key in on what celebrities say and crucify them for what they say. But when in all actuality, a lot of these celebrities, celebrity rappers, and people, reality TV, this is what they're classifying women as on the opposite hand. But when somebody comes in, like you just said, and goes against the grain, then we have a problem with it. I think it's real bias. And I don't see the sexist comments in it, because I don't feel like he said, I need my wife to be at home taking care of the kids, and while I'm out working, she can't do nothing but sit at home. That's what I would have taken as a sexist comment, you know, the barefoot and pregnant type statement.
Go ahead, Paul.
So for me, it's my opinion that based on the comments he made, you know, to the reporter, to me, that was sexist, right? Because women can certainly ask questions about sport God bless her soul. I was married to a woman that knew way more about college.
He didn't say she could.
College
He didn't.
football than
He
I
didn't
did,
say she couldn't
right?
make a remark.
So had he talked?
He didn't say she couldn't make a remark.
No,
didn't cut
he
her
did
off.
not. But he didn't. But he snickered at it as though it was funny to him that a woman would have knowledge of routes, right? Dig routes and what have you. And I'm saying that that's normal in my life. That's my normal experience. My wife could tell me who was the Heisman Trophy winner back in 1984. I wouldn't have a clue. But to the point of what he said about boss chicks and quote unquote, he used air quotes, that tells me he really doesn't know what they mean by that. Based on his experience, a 3-parent home, right? Mother and father, grandmother, and the position that he saw his mother and grandmother in was one as a nurturer, a wife, granny lived with my parents. So albeit a total blessing, to be in a loving and devoting situation like that, let's be honest. Back then, at least, let's say in the 80s, right? Because 80s and 90s is probably when Cam grew up as a young person. Back then, the women were different. And what I'm saying is, in today's society, based on how new women, feel, millennials and Gen Z, like I have a Gen Z daughter, right? And so a lot of times we bump heads simply because I'm so stuck in the old ways and not unwilling, but unaware of what women today really think, right? I want to wine, dine, hey, take you out, or ask you a question in a private, direct message. But these women think that's creepy. How dare you ask me out and we just met? We hadn't texted 1,500 times first. And this is from my personal experience. I'm experiencing this real time. So the women today are totally different than when I was dating 28 years ago before my wife and I got together and got married. So I think what he said was sexist because he just doesn't have enough knowledge about today's women. The women he meets probably
you're
won't cook for
contradicting
him
yourself.
or what.
Yeah, I think you really contradicted yourself right there too.
You're contradicting yourself because
Bring it to me.
you
Bring it
basically
to me.
said, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, he said bring him to him. Go ahead. He wants you.
No,
Okay,
I'm listening. I'm
because
trying to put my ear. Yeah.
You're basically saying the exact same thing that Cam Newton is saying. You have your preference on what you want, and that's based upon old
I'm toxic.
age. And
That's right. I'm one of the ones. I'm blaming myself too for that.
Let me say, I don't think
But
that Cam, coming from a woman, and I'm not a woman of old age, but I am a woman. I am a younger woman that is much more mature and have much more. Say it again.
You don't ask a woman her. You don't ask a woman her age. Come on, bro.
I'm 35. I'm 35.
I'm trying to compliment her in a little,
But I appreciate.
Yes.
I appreciate
you
it.
look
But
way younger than that, Ash. You look way younger than that.
The compliment. But I feel as though the same things that you are in essence wanting is the same thing that Cam Newton is wanting or has a desire for, and he's of the younger generation. And when you said that he made the air quotes, a lot of times people make air quotes for the sake of not saying that they lack the knowledge of it, but that's what people are calling it. That back in the day, we had some bosses and maybe some bad bees back in the day. But they weren't calling themselves bad bees and boss chicks. They was just doing it. And I had a conversation last night with somebody about this as well. Again, when we look at the things that went on inside of the household, it was customary for the woman to be in the house, taking care of the house, because they weren't necessarily working. That didn't make them any less of a boss chick than the ones now. They were just working on the inside of the home, and the man was going out, in essence, bringing in what was needed to be done as far as the financial piece. But I really feel like you contradicted yourself, because you're wanting a certain thing, but you're saying that the women of today, some women are not giving you what it is that you are desiring from the old age. Does that make sense?
So let me rewind a little bit. It makes total sense, but I want to share some more information with you. I actually I was just giving my opinion on my current experiences, but as far as contradicting myself, what I'm saying is I believe that a lot of my behavior based on talking to my daughter and younger women, I now realize is toxic. That's how I'm able to recognize that this language in itself is toxic, because you can't say that my wife of 18 years, who was a homemaker, right, that cashed every check, distributed the funds, I worked, right, my children went to school, they had activities, and she ran everything seamlessly and smoothly. To me, now that is a boss chick, right? Where a man
but that's
will
nothing
relinquish control
that's nothing
of his
contradictory to what Paul said.
say,
That's nothing contradictory to what Cam said.
Exactly.
That's nothing contradictory. I hear what you're saying. All your context. I hear all your context.
Okay,
I
may be missing it.
Yeah, you missed it.
I
played.
You saw me lean forward.
I played it
you
twice.
heard me.
Yeah, I played it twice. Let me hold on. Let me help
okay.
you again. Let me do it one more time for the people in the back. Hold on.
Everybody, please be quiet for
pay attention this time. Okay, I know it's on delay, but pay attention. Here you go. Let me get it to you.
I had a perfect.
Let me give it to you. This is free.
Perfect example of what a man was in my life by my father. My parents has been together for 36, 37 years now, and it's a beautiful thing. I grew up in a 3-parent household, my mom, my father, and my grandmother. And I knew what a woman was, not a bad bitch.
Okay, what's the difference?
A woman.
Okay.
A bad bitch is a person who's just, you know, girl, I'm a bad bitch, you know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Okay.
You know, and it's a lot of women who are bad bitches, and I say in a way not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem is a boss chick. Now, a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, right? And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of like, I'm a boss, like I'm a this, I'm a that, no, baby, like, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead.
Yeah. So let's just. He's talking about a type of rap. You don't get it?
I must be missing something.
You missing the whole thing.
And everybody's hold on. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Okay. I'm getting it, and I'm cool with that. And I want people to be the other part. But this is the part that I have with it. You keep talking about how black women are offended, and 100% of black women in the post right now are saying they're not offended. 100. I've done. Hold on, Ashley. I've done research. Okay, on this. Not one black woman that I've seen has been offended by this. The only one that has been offended. Am I saying it right? Oh yeah, she said I'm not offended. The only one that has been offended are white women and a black man, mostly black men and white men. Hold on, let me show you something. Hold on. Y'all, I'm learning how to use my little tools, so I be doing this stuff now, man. Ask shut up. Don't be making fun of me. Hold on, my partner. I'm learning how to use my little tools, so I'm using this stuff.
You're doing real good. I'm proud.
Hey, bless the Lord, bless the Lord, bless the Lord. Here we go. Watch this right here. So I think I got it on here, right? Is it up there?
Yes.
Okay, so watch this. Now, this is what Stacey Dale said. You see what color Stacey is, right? Oops. Then again, not for Cam. True colors always reveal themselves. Hold on, let me do it again. I'm just going to show you who got a problem with it. You know, since I learned how to use these tools a little bit better. All right, here we go. Let's share this one. What it say? It says, And this is Tanya Ray Fox. See what color she is. It's particularly unfortunate that Cam Newton feels this way, considering many of the people in the media and in sports who've publicly spoken about the bias he's dealt with throughout his career are women who refuse to be quiet. Hold on, let me show you one more. I got one more. No, maybe two. Hold on. Here's another one. I'm learning how to use these tools. Ashley, you proud of me?
I am. You
hey,
doing it real well.
Yeah. And then it says, this is Jane Slater. You see what color she is? She said, I would just like to know if Cam is well-versed in changing tires, yard work, and building things, since he has a clear grasp on what the feminine and masculine dynamics of a relationship are as it relates to the 50s, of course. Show us your man card. It's just honestly comical. So, I mean, I'm doing this to show a pattern. The people that were mostly upset.
And I'm not a white woman. I agree with that.
But that's the point. The only ones that agree with it are, well, you know, they use black men to catch us in slavery. You feel what I'm saying? So my point is, they'll use us against us.
That's a reach.
No, that's a touch.
That's facts.
That's a touch. And because Stephen A. Smith does it every day. Stephen A. Smith does it every day. A lot of those cats on ESPN.
That's a conversation for a different time.
No, but it's relative is my point. And I'm not saying that you're doing that. But what because you don't have the mainstream media that they're doing. The point is, he didn't say anything about anybody else. He talking about a ratchet type woman that's running. Cause like I got a homeboy. He said one time, now my homeboy made about $150,000 a year, probably maybe $200,000, right? And they go up in this club in Atlanta, and they walk up on a bunch of sisters, right? And they all sitting at the table. And then as soon as he walked up on the sister, first thing the sister said was, we all got masters. We all got master's degrees. So before you step over here trying to holler at us, make sure you got a master's degree. Now, he didn't have a master's degree, but he made master's money. You see what I'm saying? And that's the woman I think Cam is talking about, Paul. I don't think he didn't say you had to be able to cook. He said, but if you're going to do all of these things, can you do this
something else?
Can you bring more to the table than just with your weave and your nails and your salary? Because those are the things they're bragging about nowadays. Now, I'm gonna say this to you because of your demographic of where you are right now. You were married for 18 years, and unfortunately, you know, you went through a traumatic situation, right? I was married for 20 years, and I had to go through a divorce. Now, dating had changed drastically from the time it was when I was single, right? So I still now, 4 years, almost 5 years removed, I don't know how to date because I have no patience for this new woman that's out here. My patience is this short. And that, you understand what I'm saying? And it's not whether or not I wonder whether or not she can cook or whether or not she can clean, because I can cook.
It's
you know
Cam's.
what I'm saying? Yeah, huh? So it's Cam's what?
That's what I'm saying. His frustration has led him to say some things that don't necessarily mesh with today's society, is all I'm saying. I don't have a desire for a woman, right? I have a desire for being a good father, raising my children the right way. But it just so happens that as a man, the women that I've encountered don't necessarily agree with my current approach, because my current approach is outdated. Even some of the words that I use, like at the grocery store today, I called the young lady, the cashier, sweetie. I had to catch myself and said, I'm sorry. I didn't, she was maybe 20. And I said, I didn't mean to call you sweetie, when your name tag is right there. That's what I'm saying about toxic masculinity. Men no longer have the right to determine what a woman calls herself or what they can do. And unfortunately, I think we need a larger picture, a larger survey. A lot of the black women in NFL and entertainment, no, they're not going to speak out. Certainly not. You know why? It could cost them something. We're talking about
it'll probably propel their
speak
career
out against. I'm not sure because a lot of times they can be blackballed. Again, toxic masculinity. Oh no, you can't come in the locker room. I heard what you said about Cam. What are you going to say if I make the wrong comment? A lot of that is based in a lot of the silence to me and the black female reporters or what have you. A lot of it is just based on, I think, not wanting to say anything because it could cost them something, right? But I do think more than me or my 13-year-old daughter agree that that was toxic.
Well, let me ask you this question.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you said more than you and your 13-year-old daughter. Do you think that your comments could be persuasive, considering that you're her father? Do you feel like you play a part in her mindset and how she thinks because she's been under you and your tutelage? Because I can't say, I can't speak on.
Only a small percentage.
So I guess, and you call yourself
only a small percentage of what I say and think, shapes her opinion.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going back to the fact that you just mentioned that calling a woman sweetie was toxic masculinity. I don't feel like that was toxic behavior, but that's your opinion.
Not at all.
Because again, when you grow up in different eras, different things come about. Now, how you fix something like that is you say, I would prefer you not call me X, Y, and Z. And then a person knows where they stand with you on that. It doesn't bother me when a man or a woman, for that matter, calls me sweetie, because that's what they do, or that's how they grew up. They may say baby, they may say honey, they may say different things like that. He ain't even hearing it, and it's for him because his internet messing up. But I just don't feel as though what he's saying is accurate. And then if you feel that, I don't understand how a 13-year-old, and I'm not saying that these kids are not smart, but where would she get that saying something like this is toxic behavior? Because if you think that this is toxic behavior, when a man actually shows you toxic behavior, shit, you're gonna think he gone and done lost his mind. Because this right here, what Cam is showing to me is not, and I know we are all entitled to our opinions, but coming from a person that's a younger woman, I want to make sure that I show those things that Cam is saying. I want to, yes, I work hard. Okay. And I think I heard Jame say that when I got home, I was tending to my kids. That's my first priority. I don't have a maid at this time, but I'm going to tend to my household first, and then I'm going to do things after that second. So I guess I'm just saying, like, how is it? Because I want my man to tend to home first before he goes and tends to anything else. So I guess I normally don't go against the grain when it comes to the males, but I'm really not.
Well, I pulled up a definition of toxic masculinity.
Okay, well, help me out.
Toxic masculinity, because I'm learning too.
Could that? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, toxic masculinity is a set of attitudes and ways of behaving stereotypically associated with or expected of men, regarded as having a negative impact on men and on society as a whole. Okay, so I just don't see how that fits in.
Let me break it down for you, brother.
Help me, bro, please. I'm slow.
Let me break it down for you, brother. You see, I got the dashiki on, brother. You see,
I saw that. I noticed that. It scared me.
Yes, sir. Because I wanted people to know, first of all, I'm unapologetically black, right? So it is based on the definition of toxic masculinity. If you can negatively affect a group of young men, let's say up and coming football players, that see you laugh at a woman reporter when she asks a serious question, that's negative. So now
I don't even view that as a laugh.
Behavior can be redistributed in their own lives as they come up. A woman asks them a question. See, that's the part I don't understand. How you don't see that she asked a serious question. She knew about dig routes before,
but he didn't laugh. He would listen. Hold on.
I'm like,
you can laugh. Hold on.
He said she asking about routes.
Hold on. I know you're on delay, but hold on.
Okay.
Now, it's a difference at laughing at somebody and being impressed with something. Okay, my child would laugh because she has nervous energy. Okay, that don't mean she's laughing at somebody. He laughed because he was like, huh? No, I gave two examples. I gave two examples. I gave two examples. I said he could have laughed because he was impressed with what she said. I didn't see him as laughing at her. I saw the media twisting.
Was that your impression?
It was.
Was that your impression?
It was, and still is. So I'm not easily swayed by what the media about. See, because there's a difference between brainstorming and groupthink, right? See, when I can draw my own opinion of something before the media taints it. That's why Ashley just asked you the question. Hold on. That's why Ashley just asked you the question about, did your daughter form this opinion on her own, or was there some subliminal suggestion that might have made her draw these opinions we have? Because we put thoughts in our children, subliminally or naturally, indirectly, whatever we do, those types of things. So at the end of the day,
it was quite the opposite. In this case, it was the opposite. She put that into my head because, again, I'm a Neanderthal, right? I was born in 73. I'll be 49. So it wasn't until she had the conversation with me, and then I went and did the research for myself, that I realized that I was being toxic.
So you allowed your 13-year-old daughter.
She gave me that knowledge, and I'm appreciative of it.
Wow. Okay. Gotcha. All right.
Apparently, I just blew the two of you away. But
for me, I'm just, and I'm not saying that because children. I have a 15-year-old daughter, and she's a very wise young lady. But I also feel as though, and I'm not saying that your daughter is not entitled to her opinion, but I also feel as though if our children have the wrong definition of something, it is our job to ensure that they don't continue the path of incorrect knowledge. Because when we do get out to in the world and we are having certain conversations amongst our peers and or others, we don't want to seem ignorant or dumb to the fact, which is how I feel that some of these people that are having their conversations on Cam Newton, they can have a conversation with Cam because as we see, it was a bunch of Caucasian people, because they've never experienced some of the things as it relates to the Black community. So you can't speak on something that you've never been privy to. And I didn't hear it doesn't make Cam any different from being the man that gets out there and even if he don't get out there and cut the grass, he may hire somebody to do it. That's still him taking care of that manly duty. So I guess I'm just trying to,
what is a manly duty, Ashley?
What is his manly duty?
No, what is a manly duty?
Well, do we have to answer that?
Whatever in the home, whatever inside of the home that the man and the woman agree that's going to be his duty. Because for my mother loved to cut the grass. It wasn't that my stepfather would not do it. That was what she liked to do. Others would say that's a man's job, but that's what she liked to do.
My wife bet not had tried to cut the grass.
That was my mother's therapy. But my mama wasn't out here trying to be she didn't
antiquated and chauvinist and a sexist and all that kind of stuff too. But I did not want my wife now. But traditionally, and I'm traditional too. I'm a little older than you, right? Yeah, I got you about a year. I'm talking about Paul too. Traditionally, the men took care of what was on the outside, and the women took care of what was on the inside. That was how tradition had it. And that's the tradition that Cam grew up in. He grew up in 39 years of marriage.
Unless your father was a chef.
Unless
your father was a chef, right?
Yeah, I guess. But it was he had 39 years of marriage, right? 39 years of. I mean, we should be clapping hands. You know what I'm saying? We should be doing that 36. He has seen. 36, whatever it was, of marriage that he was.
You heard that part. You didn't hear the other stuff, but you heard that part.
Yeah, you leave our guests alone.
We got some basic hearing.
36 years of marriage.
Yeah,
right?
I heard their part. Hey.
I missed a comment that I got to go back and hear. Corey said there's some people who went crazy on T.I. to celebrate D Wade. And they'll go off on. Never mind. I don't want to talk about that part. That's a whole nother different subject. I don't want to get people they'll really be calling me saying I got toxic masculinity. But I don't get. And you use the example about how you call a 20-year-old sweetie and they check you. I call a 20-year-old sweetie. She say yes sir.
Yes sir.
And that's it. And let me go a little further.
She didn't check me. I caught myself And
Oh,
I
then you
apologize.
didn't take yourself off
Yeah,
the
she didn't
cross
take
because
me.
ain't nobody crucified you but you. Nobody crucified you. You crucifying yourself.
So-
That's called
So
self-mutilation.
let me ask you a
No,
question.
hold on. Let me say one
James,
thing.
Can I ask you a
put
question?
this question up that Corey put up. Does the brother not believe in gender roles? Is that an issue?
Yes, Corey, I do believe in male and female genders. I don't understand that, but here's my
Gender
question.
roles.
My
Gender
question.
roles.
Roles. Gender roles. That means roles in the home. Gender roles.
That's too broad of a question. There's so many different answers you can give to that, and they're all multifaceted. But my question for you is, and you, Miss Ashley, do you all believe that toxic masculinity exists?
Yes.
Yes.
You do, James. Miss Ashley, you do too. Would either of you entertain me with just one thing that you think is toxic masculinity? Will you entertain me and just tell me, give me one example? Since you both know that it does exist, what's an example for you?
Go ahead, Ashley. You got him.
Um,
I'm answering some text messages right now.
One role of toxic masculinity is in my opinion, is would be trying to push one's belief off on a female per se. That would be my definition. That would be one thing, I guess.
Just a female?
You asked me, right? You said one thing, right? So that's me and my answer.
All right, so toxic masculinity can be
Okay.
unconditional physical toughness. It can be physical aggression, fear of emotion, sexual aggression, anti-feminist behavior. But I don't see how you could be anti-feminist if you're sitting here saying that I'm not against all women. I'm just against a certain type of discrimination against people who aren't heterosexual. Those are ideas of toxic. Those are examples of toxic masculinity.
Okay,
Those
Paul,
are
now where are
examples
we
of it.
getting with that? Where are we
You
going?
read the definition earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you read the definition earlier of toxic masculinity, it's
brings a whole-
basically said the ability to affect other men or males negatively, right?
And don't leave it was a compound sentence though. Compound sentence though.
Yeah,
It said
finish it for me.
and bring
Okay,
the
what was the
whole.
rest?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up for you again. Hold on. I got you. It says a
Well,
set
you
of
can just quote
attitudes.
it to me real quick.
I'm doing it right now. A set of attitudes and ways of behaving stereotypically associated with or expected of men, regarded as having a negative impact on men and on society as a whole.
Okay.
You proved your point.
Okay. Now, where I'm going with this is that I believe that the things that he said and the way that he treated that reporter reflects negatively
Oh my
on
God.
all men, because I personally experienced the opposite. If I was married and dated a woman who had so much knowledge about sports that really put me to shame in front of my friends, I'll be honest. Like, sometimes I was embarrassed. She would talk to my friends. They would go back and forth about different players and this and that. And guess what? I had no clue on what they were talking about because I ran track. I ran cross country. I didn't play football and basketball.
Ooh,
It's my opinion that it's my opinion that when you treat someone lesser than, and when I looked at that interview and the way he reacted to her, he was like, she talking
So
about
is there
being
anything
black.
else that Cam
How
Newton
is
has
that
done
not-
besides
how is that
that?
not how is that not condemn?
It's not.
You know,
It's not. Okay.
condescending.
If I go to church and the
That was
preacher's preaching,
condescending.
okay, I heard you. If I go to church and the preacher's preaching and I laugh at what he
To
says,
you.
no, if he's preaching, period, and I laugh at what he says, I laugh. Does that mean that I'm condescending to the preacher? I'm agreeing with what he's
But
saying.
that's not the same
But
thing. If
it
you
is.
step up and give a testimony, if you step up and give a
He was
testimony and
impressed.
he laughs, then that's toxic.
But
right?
first of all, that's
if you
not.
step
First
up
of all,
to
that's
give your testimony.
First of all, that's not
and
the
he
topic of the show
laughs,
tonight.
How would
First of
you
all, that's
feel?
not. First of all, that's not the topic of the
But
show
how would
tonight.
you feel though?
I wouldn't. I would be okay. But he didn't
You'd
laugh
be
at
okay?
him.
I wouldn't be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not.
Okay,
like,
so Corey says in the comment, the problem is with the truth. Cam told the reporter he was surprised that she was so knowledgeable about football.
he's impressed.
That got him crucified, but most men are surprised by that, pleasantly surprised.
He was impressed with her knowledge. So with him being impressed, like,
Can you play
oh
that?
man. So hold on.
Can you play the
Oh
clip?
man, watch. I mean, I could, but I'm not.
Go to the
Listen,
clip, brother.
I'm not
Well,
gonna
let
do
me
it.
ask
real.
this
Okay.
question.
No,
Is
I'm
there
not.
any
I'm
other
not.
thing that Cam
For the
Newton
real,
has
brother.
done besides
I'm
this
not.
interview that would make do
I
you
don't have that
follow
on Twitter.
Cam Newton?
Yeah, I guess I can go find it.
Do you
No,
find
I don't.
Mr. Paul, do
I-
you follow Cam
I
Newton?
follow God. No,
Oh
I
my
follow
God.
God. What's wrong with
Does
saying
everything
that?
have to be so
See, I
literal?
feel like you just played me.
No.
No, I
When
just
I
don't
say do you follow
follow.
Cam
Oh
Newton,
Lord, have
I
mercy.
follow God as well, but I also go and on social media, I follow Tony Braxton, and I follow the Intellectual Stew page, and I follow a whole lot. Let's not be so literal, Mr. Paul. Now,
Oh, no, I can't
Okay,
pull it
all
up.
right, you got me. But
No,
no, I don't follow.
no,
is
I
this a
can't.
part
I
of your
can't.
Miss
toxic
Ashley.
masculinity to try and I'm not
Not
gonna
at
say
all.
belittle, but try to insult my intelligence, because that's where I feel like you going.
All right.
Maybe we should have a panel discussion on that.
No,
I
we're not.
mean,
We're not gonna have that discussion.
I'm
No,
just saying because
no,
I didn't get that impression that that's what I was doing. But you see how you took it as that, right?
Yeah,
See?
you going.
I said God, and you said I'm insulting your intelligence. What's the
Okay.
difference? You just got offended by me saying I follow God, not Cam Newton.
I asked a
And I'm
question.
insulting your intelligence. So all I'm saying is, based on that, I believe that yes, men can be toxic, and we have to be careful because of the young women that are coming up today. We don't want them following, as Cam would say, the boss bees, right? I mean, the bad bees. We want them following the boss chicks, right? Which to
That's
me
what he
are
said,
women
dude.
like.
Bro, that's what he said.
No, he said no. He said
I'm a this
women, brother.
Dude, I'm a no. He did not. That's what
Hey,
saying. You stop
don't make
listening.
this explicit.
No,
Don't
it's
make
already
this
explicit. When I said
Don't
bad
throw the
bitch, it became
phone.
explicit then. It became explicit
Oh
when I
my
said
God.
bad bitch the first time, and I can cuss too. I'm grown. I promise you I am. But listen to what I'm trying to tell you. He said what you just said. See, the woman you're complaining
No, he
about,
didn't.
you're defending the one he called the bad bitch. The one he said that's who he don't want to be around. He said
No.
you gon' no. He
Boss
said if
chicks.
hold on. He's no.
Right.
Hold on. I got 20 people on now. This is my last time. I do it for the people in the back one more time. Lord have mercy, Father in heaven, Jesus Christ.
Don't do it.
I'm
I
doing
had
it.
a
You're gonna need some
perfect-
chicken
Don't
after
do
this.
Lord have mercy.
Don't
perfect
do
example
it.
of
I'm
what a
getting ready to
man was in my life by my father. My parents has been together for 36, 37 years now, and it's a beautiful thing. I grew up in a 3-parent household, my mom, my father, and my grandmother. And I knew what a woman was, not a bad bitch,
Okay, what's the difference?
a woman.
Okay.
A bad bitch is a person who's just, you know, girl, I'm a bad bitch, you know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Okay.
You know, and it's a lot of women who are bad bitches.
Okay. He's saying a lot of women are bad, whatever that they want to be. But if you're going to do that, make sure you have other qualities that come along with that. Bring more to the table. That's all he's saying. What's wrong with that? And then my point still is not. I'm going. Can I go? I'm going to Mississippi with this, and I'm coming to Cheryl, Arkansas. Right quick. You ready? I'm coming. You ready? You ready, Ashley? I'm coming to Cheryl, Arkansas. Not now, woman.
Man.
Over the age of 13, because your 13-year-old daughter complained about it. Not now other woman that I heard over the age of 13 complain about what Cam said. Not now. Except for all these white women that I just showed you a video of. I showed you tweets of. I'm confused. And I'm not crucifying you for your thoughts. Don't get me wrong. I am not crucifying you for your thoughts. But but what you're saying is not what he's saying. Is this me? I'm trying to unmute you. Oh, there you go. Go ahead. You back on.
No, I'm here.
Okay, good.
I'm on
Sure, no, yeah,
punishment.
sure.
Okay,
Like
good.
you're right, 335. That's it, Corey. That's it. I don't get it. Yeah, like I said, if you have a problem with what he's saying, I hear it. But if he's sitting here telling you there's a difference between a woman and a bad bitch, do say, what's a bad bitch? It's one that say, hey, he say, hey, I got this, I got that, I got that, I got that.
Or
That
boss
ain't the
chick,
woman that
boss
you
chick,
want.
boss chick.
Boss chick was not the major. You know when you went to school and you had reading, they taught you how to extract the main idea. The main idea in the video wasn't boss chick.
The main
The main
idea is
idea,
the boss
the main.
chick.
Oh no. The main idea in the video was bad
Yes, it
bitch
was.
versus woman. I listened to it 17 times, 5 on this show. Okay, it's the bad bitch versus the woman. He didn't. He said boss chick
But
maybe one time.
A baddie, to me, that's like a girl that's 5 or something like that.
No, he told you what he.
Okay, but that was that one time.
Okay, look in the comment. Look at the comments. People will tell you what he said.
He doesn't know what a boss chick
Oh my
is.
God,
He don't know what a boss chick is.
So you gonna tell him what his opinion is too?
I
But
can
what
tell
is
by the way
about?
he
Okay,
talking.
Paul. What is a boss chick?
No, but I'm saying he didn't see his
Mr.
mother
Paul.
or grandmother in a boss chick role.
Mr.
He
Paul,
didn't
what
see
is a
them
boss
like
chick?
that? So he's limited.
Mr.
Yes,
Paul,
ma'am.
what
boss
is
chick is
a
one-
boss chick?
Yes, ma'am.
What is that?
Okay. So, well, let's break that word down. Okay.
Oh, geez.
Boss. What's a
Mhm.
boss? Based on
I'm asking you from
Merriam-Webster's
your.
dictionary, what would you say it is?
I'm asking you because
Okay.
you
So
can't
a
answer a
boss
question with a question.
Yes, ma'am. I'm
Can
gonna.
y'all
I'm
all
gonna
share this
tell you.
thread, please? Everybody just share this thread that he's got.
I'm
'cause this
breaking
is
it. I'm
amazing.
gonna break it down for you, right?
Yes, sir. I'm
so we're gonna
listening.
go to. Okay. So the first part of that word, boss chick, because I'm not dealing with bad B or whatever. Boss chick.
That's what he was dealing with,
I'm
though.
saying.
Hold,
No,
hold,
no.
Mr.
How
James,
you
you
gonna
know I
take
don't run your
his
show at
narrative?
all.
I-
You know I don't run your show at all.
Wait now. Wait now. Let me. Can I finish?
I need a drink. I'm
Let
for
me
real. I don't
finish.
even drink, but I
Yes,
need a
sir.
drink.
So
Yes,
Lord
sir.
have mercy, I
Please,
need a
please
drink.
help the people out
and
with
the
what a
word
boss
boss
chick is.
itself says someone that controls. I'm gonna tell you what a boss is.
Please.
A person who exercises control or authority. That's in the
So
dictionary.
you read the dictionary. It's okay for
Person
you to
who
read the Webster's
exercises
dictionary.
control or authority, right? So
Okay.
when I said,
Oh Lord.
okay, so
I
and
just
I think we
don't
all know
know.
what
I
I
don't
think we all
know.
know
I
what a
don't
chick
know.
is, right? Or
I
the
don't know.
colloquial term for a woman.
Why?
But nevertheless, so a boss, I gave you an
First
example.
line, Jame.
My wife ran this household like nobody's business. How do I know? Because I'm struggling to do 60% of what she was doing, right? She paid the bills. She handled all the everything, the kids. I worked. She stayed at home. She cashed the check. She distributed the funds. To me, that's a boss chick. And I worked. So I was a worker, right? By definition. So she even went as far as, with my approval, hey, here's what we should do. Here's what we could do. But here's what you're not going to do, right? To me, that's an example of a boss chick. Somebody
May
that
I
runs
interject?
things, who
It's gonna take a
has
couple seconds. He's on
her
delay.
family, her life, her finances under control. To me, that's a boss chick.
So, Mr. Paul, let
Yes,
me
ma'am.
ask
I
you
see
a
that
question.
finger. That means you
Yes.
ready. I'm going to shut up.
Let me ask a question.
Oh.
Do you even because you keyed in so hard on
Okay.
Cam Newton for the way
What's
he
up, Chanel?
laughed at the reporter when he asked questions. During this whole time that I started off talking in the beginning, did you listen to me? Because that same exact thing that you just mentioned about the boss chick, I gave those same definition of there were boss chicks in a sense back in the day. It just wasn't classified as that. The woman did things in the house and the man came in, and in essence just kind of took care of the bills, but she did everything around the house. Did I not say that in the beginning? I said that in the beginning. So I guess
You did.
my
And
whole thing is that
Yes, ma'am, you did.
that delay is
Three.
killing us. 'Cause you know what? Now, let me say this. Let me say this. Can you hear me, Paul? 1, 2.
Yes, I can hear you. Okay. So
Okay, good.
there was a
No, hold on.
parental control on my son's laptop. I'm back.
Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Let me talk. Hold on. Paul, the only concern, and your definition of boss chick is very valid. That's your opinion. It was a good definition of what you and your wife did a wonderful job holding down the house, and you found out how tough it is without her. But all the things you said are nothing. Cam Newton said nothing to contradict any of the things that you said. Now, we have this term in preaching that we call exegesis, where we extract the main idea out of a text. Boss idea. Letitia said he didn't say boss really but one time in the whole thing.
Absolutely.
And you're honing in on boss chick. He never said a woman can't be a boss chick. I don't know if you listened to it in context before when I sent it to you earlier today, because I know you're on such a delay right now that you obviously are not hearing what he said, because he did not say anything contradictory to what you said. Everything that you said, he said he said his grandmama and his mama were to him. And those are the standards. And that's what he said. He don't want a bad bitch. If you're going to be a bad bitch, be this type of chick. Because that's a boss chick. That's what he was saying. Since you're going to interpret it, I'm going to interpret it how it was. You're inferring something that wasn't there, bro. It wasn't there. And I ain't playing
so
no
he
more.
did describe what a boss chick is to him?
He said
no.
He's saying about.
I'm just saying. I don't think that he did. I think he
implied
was using those two terms as synonymous.
Everybody else thinks that, but you. When he used the term boss chick, he was saying that boss chick.
Guess what that tells
Hold on. Who that everybody else is right and you wrong? You're the minority and the majority. You're the minority.
No,
you are the minority. If it's 20-1, you're the minority.
And sometimes, guess what? Sometimes the dissenting vote in the Supreme Court trial can totally change the course of history. But not this time.
Well, not about one person.
Yeah, but this time it's delusion to an extent. Because this is straight delusion. Because he's basically saying that being a boss chick is the goal. He's saying you shouldn't want to be a bad bitch. You should want to be a bad boss chick. But a boss chick is going to have this kind of quality and these kind of qualities. That's what he's saying, bruh. For real. We on this too long. I'm for real.
I thought he said something about know how to cook and stuff like that.
Listen, I think that Mr. Paul, you might need to listen to get an understanding instead of listening to give a response, because we don't. If Mr. James sent you this earlier
Instead
today,
of watching the video 7 times.
Well, we had to watch it 7 times for you.
Yeah, I think everybody else had it the first one.
Yes, and he showed it to me like 5 times, and I still have the same opinion.
But you hear it in the delay, though. You hear it in the delay.
Let me explain this to you. What this is, you all are trying to close a deal that ain't gonna happen.
But this ain't closing no deal. I'm not trying to close you. I'm not trying to close. Boy, let me tell you something. The last thing I'm gonna do is try to close you. Trust me. But honestly,
my opinion.
Mr. Paul is a year younger than I am, 47 or 48.
My point is valid, though.
I am not gonna exercise my toxic masculinity on you, because I don't have. I done gave up the fight. Not even the fight, the debate with it, because you didn't even listen to me, and I think I'm offended.
You could be.
You said what?
Ashley.
Yeah.
I did.
What's a bad bitch?
I don't know what a bad bitch is, because I'm not one.
I listen to you.
No, but according to Cam, what you think a bad bitch is? Yeah.
A lot of times, bad bees are classified with what they look like, not necessarily what they have going for themselves, just what they look like. You know, she got a nice body, nice face, keep her, hair done, nails done, toes done, nice car, maybe. But other than that, she probably can't hold a conversation in a room full of what we would classify as elite people. That's how she is. She's just a trophy piece, arm candy. That would be my definition.
I like that. Let me let him catch up. The difference for me is between a bad bee and a boss chick. According to Cam's definition, and this is just me extracting my definition, I mean, from what my understanding is, that he's saying that a woman that's a boss chick is one would have substance. and the bad B don't really have no substance. Now I'm losing. That's what I would see the biggest difference is. I got somebody that wants to come in and say something. So let me see if I can get this.
Bring them on.
Let me see if I can get it. And if anybody else has something they want to say
Let
about
me just
this
say, well, I appreciate the commentary in this
this is fun.
in the chat.
They going.
You're
And
just
I ain't even
saying
read them
that,
tonight.
Miss Ash, because they're agreeing with you.
No,
She's just saying it because they
no.
agree with her. She loving that, you know.
No.
Let me
hear
tell
them.
you something.
Hey, I
I'm a
see it.
woman
They're
that
like,
can stand.
"Tell them,
Let's
girl."
pause for the call. I am a woman that can. I am what you would call a boss chick, but based upon your definition, I am a woman that can stand on my own. I am also a woman who knows when to be quiet. So these comments in here don't move me because I am a woman who knows how to hold her own. But we don't normally have this much commentary like this. But because you coming on here with this extra right here, they coming in for you, not me.
With this nonsense.
Hey,
Kamisha
Kamisha gave us a definition of bad bitch. She said a bad bitch ain't worth a quarter. She's only a dime. She goes to buy fits more than average, keeps her hair and nails done, etc. And that's it. A boss has more important priorities and knows how to carry herself as a woman. Thank you, Kamisha. That's my little cousin. That's what I heard.
Come on, Kamisha.
That's what he was saying in the video. He's saying because they say because when the dude said
that's what a woman is.
Oh no,
he said that's what a woman is. A woman to him.
Did you say somebody wanted to come on, Mr. Jame?
I sent her the person that wanted me to send you the link. I sent it to you. Just if you don't want to show your face when you come on, how do they not show their face?
It'll when you get ready to log on, it'll tell you video or camera and audio. You can click the audio. I'm sorry, the camera button before you enter.
Stop,
Got you. All right. So come on, young lady that wanted to come on. And if anybody else that wants to come on, if you know my phone number, text me, or if you want to come on, hit me in my inbox right quick, and I'll let you come on. And you can let me know if you. Let's do that tonight, Ashley. We don't never do that. Let's invite the audience in, and let's see if any of them felt offended or felt as though.
Let me put the link. Is the link in the chat?
Can they click on it from there?
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, she's gonna put the link in the chat. And if any of you ladies feel as though, because we're gonna be on for about another 20 minutes, if you feel as though that what Cam said was inappropriate or anything of the sort, I got Miss Letitia. Letitia, come on in. Can you hear me, Miss Letitia?
Hello. I can. Hello.
Hey.
All right, what you got to say to us tonight, man?
Hey,
Welcome. Well, first of all, welcome to the intellectual studio. First of all.
Thank you for having me. I didn't got tickled. I had to come outside and get my life together. In regards to what Cam is speaking on, first he was speaking on how he was raised, what he was used to. He learned how to be a man from his father. He learned how a woman was supposed to act in home by watching his mother and his grandmother. So he was raised with substance. When he spoke on a bad bitch and I said the B word, I'm sorry, and what is considered in his preference a bad bitch, he stated, look the part, but can't act the part. I think that's what people are missing. You call yourself a bad bitch, but outside of your clothes and your makeup and your hair, what do you have to offer? You know, what can you stimulate me mentally? Can we have a decent conversation and you still can handle your business?
Mm-hmm.
You know, can you cook? Mm-hmm. You can jump up and get Jack Fine and go to the club, but can you fry your baby some chicken, or are you taking them to McDonald's every day?
That's what he said.
That's the difference. That is the difference in what he's talking about. Don't tell me you a bad bitch and you can't fry chicken.
Uh-huh.
Don't tell me you a bad bitch, but you making your money by scheming this man and trying to show up at the All-Star weekend to see if you can catch a lick. That don't make me no bad bitch. Yeah. Don't tell me you a bad bitch, but you looking for money to go get your butt done.
Preach,
and that's
missionary.
How you gonna catch your man.
Preach, missionary.
That's just me.
But you ain't paying your bills at home. You done spent 5 G's on your butt.
Right. And then somebody spoke on gender roles. I'm sorry. I'm not cutting no damn grass in this American
That was
house.
me. My mama liked to cut the grass.
And that's fine, Ashley. But I'm talking about me. I'm not
Yeah.
pumping no gas, and it's
No,
no man
Lord.
in the house. You understand what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
grew up with a stepdad that taught my brother what a man's role is. And that role was, as a man, you handle the foundation of your home. What is the foundation of your home? One, your mortgage, the utilities. A woman handles the inside of the home. She makes sure you got food on the table. She makes sure your children look good when you walk out the door. She makes sure you got clean clothes.
Mm-hmm.
That is how we were raised. Now, granted, my mother had a great job. Great job. My stepdad was a hustler out here. So when you talk to me about what a bad bitch is or what a boss chick is, I'm gonna tell you my mama.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Because
that's
she
good.
did it all. She worked 40 hours a week plus some. She came home and she took care of the household. And she stepped out the house in her bell bottoms and candy sandals. So don't
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
tell me, right, that outside matched her inside. You understand what I'm saying? That's to me. That's what he was in reference to. He had his grandmother and his mother to look at and say, okay, that's the type of woman I want because that's the type of woman my father had. I learned, we mimic what we see.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So if Lil Junior is walking around here and he see his dad is smoking dope and acting a fool, what is Lil Junior gonna grow up to do? Majority of the time, unless there's some intervention that come along. The same way with women. It's young girls out here, they not being raised to, hey, you go to school, you get you an education, this is what you do, you make sure you can handle your own, but still know how to stay in a woman's place when it comes to a man. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have no problem with you telling me, hey, baby, be quiet right now because you're doing too much talking. Okay, honey, you want me to go fix you a sandwich or something? But
What's your
that's
phone number?
me. I don't know how.
I'm just playing. What's your phone number?
You said that. But
Oh Lord.
do you understand what I'm saying?
I
And
do
in the
understand what you're
course
saying.
of growing up, as we call it, we've all gone through that stage where we want to go to the club and we want to kick it and we want to do that. But that's when we was young and free. What do you have to offer once you get past that stage? Now I don't have no
Nothing.
problem being 48 and going out and having a cocktail and having a
Mm-hmm.
conversation. But that's not something that I'm jumping up to try to do every weekend. Now,
Every
am I a
weekend.
boss? Yes, I am. I can fry chicken. I can fix a roast. I can fix
Thank
some
you.
dressing, some macaroni and cheese. But I also know how to present myself and stay in my place and handle my business. That is what he's talking about. Don't call yourself a bad bitch around here and you around here don't know how to talk to nobody. You don't have no bank account. You got a Cash App card.
And that's
You don't
it.
have you don't have a 401k.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting up every day going to work. You're
Mm-hmm.
not filing taxes. You selling your children to Susan. Those type
Girl.
of things. That is what he was speaking of. And you
That's what
can't
he was
get
talking about.
mad at a man that has a preference on the type of woman that he wants. Because as a woman, we have a preference on the type of man that we want.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of
Oh
Mm-hmm.
us
my.
care whether or not Ray is in
Mm-hmm.
the house while you out here cutting the grass and going to work. I don't
Mm-hmm.
need no hot dog and PlayStation man. I need you to cut some grass. I need you to put some gas in this
Well, at
gas
least
Mm-hmm.
make
tank.
sure it get handled. Exactly.
Some.
You see what I'm saying? And that's just
Absolutely.
where I'm at.
Hey,
Okay.
look here. You have a everybody give Letitia Crane a hand.
Great
Thanks,
comment.
Yeah, let me tell you,
Great
claps
Lakeisha.
up.
comment.
Give me some
Great,
clap. Give me some
You're
clap
great
emojis.
comment.
Give me
Great
some
welcome. You're
clap
comment.
emojis.
welcome.
Cause she didn't came in. Hey, listen, you have a seat on this. You have a seat on this panel whenever you're ready to come in and talk. You're
We
welcome to come in. Cause
thanking her.
we're gonna diversify a little bit more and get some more generations in here and get some more opinions. Even Paul's opinions. We want all opinions on the show because we're trying to. But my thing is, when we argue or when we debate, I just want to debate in context.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, the way I've explained it, the way Letitia has explained it, is the way we heard it. I don't know if you heard it with a delay. And like I said, I'm not trying to close you because I know you're a closer. That's what you do. We know we've been doing this for 30 years. Like you said, we're closers. I get it. So I ain't gonna try to close you. But at the end of the day, what you're describing is what all of these sisters say they are. And it's all that on this panel and in this thing. And what they're describing also is what Cam grew up with. And what he talked about was what he didn't want, and that's a bad bitch. That's somebody that's a self-proclaimed bad bitch. A self-proclaimed bad bitch. Letitia, you still there? Did she hang up? Okay, she hung up. Let me go and kick her. Thank you for coming in, ma'am. So what do you say in response to what she said, Paul? Because we got about 15, 20 more minutes. We're gonna get out of here. This is a good conversation tonight, though. Everybody, listen. Let me shout out. Hold on. I forgot. I'm gonna do something right quick. Let me shout out some people: Jackie Wilson, Chanel Jones, Kamisha LaCarmen, Brandy Brewer, Kennard Bush, Pastor Ray Evans, April Showers, who is it? Shantae, Corey Crusterson, Nicholas Sand, all of you all. I want to thank you all for listening. We got about 20 more minutes. I'm gonna share it. If y'all would go ahead and like it, don't take. Oh yeah, they've all done it. Everybody like it and share it right quick, and then we're gonna finish up this last little portion of the conversation. I got one more question after we let Paul respond, and then we'll go from there. Go ahead, Paul.
I like everything Letitia said. She didn't say anything wrong. I just believe that maybe Cam and maybe our sample size here is just not a big enough sample size to get a true, view of what most Black women think, right? We know what most Black women think that are here with us tonight, but that certainly does not speak for every Black woman, because they are not, they're not all the same, right? We're all different. So having said that, Cam probably has seen and experienced dating with so many different women, being in his position. And unfortunately for him, it sounds like he just hasn't come across the right one yet. I did. I was blessed. I feel like if I never love again, I have had the greatest romance novel ever written. So for me, I'm able to free myself from what I think a woman should be, or my opinion of how they should act. You know what? To me, a boss chick or a bad bee, she could look good, spend her money, this and that. But if she got a nanny and a housekeeper and a cook, and she can't cook a lick, guess what? That's a bad bee to me. She ain't stepped foot in the kitchen, but them kids clean, the food is on the table. You know what I'm saying? That's a baddie, bro. That's my opinion.
And that's what he would say.
So they can be like my wife or this other way.
Yeah, but the woman he's talking about wouldn't get a nanny. They would go drop the kids off with their auntie or somebody. But it's all good. We've had a good conversation tonight.
All of them though.
Probably the one he's referring to, because you're saying probably what he is. I don't have to say probably what he said, because I just go by and take literally what he said. You know what I mean? Sometimes things have innuendo. No, some things have innuendo, some things don't. There was no innuendo there. That was just straightforward. That was just a straightforward conversation. That's all good. But listen, I got enough brain damage on that conversation tonight. My head is literally like pounding, like right here and over here too. So I'm gonna Paul. We're gonna have to have another conversation. But Paul, we happy to have had you on tonight. We appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and let you get them kids and everything situated, and we about to get out of here in just a moment.
Get them kids.
But we appreciate you for having. I'll call you tomorrow. Okay?
Can I say one thing to you before you go?
What's that?
Say one thing before you go?
What's that?
Evolution is a good thing.
All right, thank you. Bless your heart.
Thank you for having me.
Yep. I kicked him, y'all. I punted him. I kicked him out the house.
We still on the air, James. We still on the air.
Man, please. This is my show. This is the Intellectual Stew with James Kirklin. And I ain't got time. Excuse my French, y'all. Y'all know I'm a preacher. But I'm tripping tonight. He ain't got Facebook, so he can't hear it no way. But my head hurting. I done stressed out. I need a drink. I'm drinking tonight. I'm drinking. This is apple cranberry juice that I'm drinking right now. And there is no vodka in this cranberry. But if anybody could just send me some, I might not take. I'm not gonna take. I wouldn't take.
Jesus Christ.
Somebody in the chat, count to 10 for me, please. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm for real. Yeah. Somebody just count it down for me. I need one. Joy said, because what the
Yeah, baby. Listen, shout out to all of
Lord
the people
Jesus.
in the comments
I've been
tonight.
through the storm and rain.
y'all,
Jesus. Been good to me. Look, I'm just trying. I'm trying
James,
to rock it out right quick.
I was good and tired of
Been
sleeping when I
good
got
to
on
me.
here.
Okay, thank you, Jackie. Jackie counted it out for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can somebody else do it? One more person, please, because I need 20. I thought 10 was enough, but I need
It
20.
ain't enough.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. I gotta adjust my phone tomorrow, bro. I gotta adjust my contacts tomorrow. Yeah, listen, Jay, we were talking about today. I need to go ahead and get this team together, and from now on, we're gonna have to answer y'all. I'm gonna have to let y'all help me vet. Go through that little vetting process I gave y'all. Thank you, Brandy. Brandy counted to 10 for me too.
Yeah, that's a 10 for you, honey.
And listen, and let me say this: I don't want everybody to agree with me, okay? Because this is the intellectual shoe. I mean, and sometimes I'll take the other position just so we can have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind taking the other conversation. But no, he's I think he said he did have an intellectual opinion, though, Jay. So I won't debate. And actually, we've had knockdown dragouts on this show, right? We've gone in separate ways. You know, me and Jimmy used to go back and forth, and I've
It
gone
was
back.
never like this, Mr. James. Today was something.
I might not be able to replay this doggone show. I'm for real. I try to.
Yeah, I still think you should.
Everybody in the chat, should I distribute this show? Should I put this one on Apple Podcasts? I'm asking the people in the chat because y'all ain't following me no way. If everybody on this chat not following me on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, I need y'all to do that for me tonight, please. But I'm 10:22. I got one more question. 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 Oh, Jesus Christ.
Are we gonna be able to intellectually talk about it, or
I don't even want to be intellectual when tonight we just a stew. We ain't gonna do the intellectual.
Listen, we done stirred up. We done stirred up. You said you was trying to stir some stuff up.
Where my phone at? I gotta hit my block button. Hold on. No, I'm joking. If he listened to this show, he might be mad at me, but I don't. I don't know.
But
one more person count to 10 for me, please. I need 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woosah.
We on the path to better, Ashley.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. All right, ladies, I got one more question for you. Do you think that because this conversation kind of stimulated the whole thought of chivalry, right? Do you think you think he was coming, girl? You know better. Don't even insult me like that. Do you think that chivalry has changed in 2022 versus say 1995 or 1985? Well, do y'all think that chivalry has changed? Because chivalry back then was, I made sure I opened the door for you. I can remember when my ex and I used to go out to dinner, and I'm not chauvinistic by doing this, but actually, when we would go to a very nice restaurant, she would tell me her order, and then I would make the order for both of us.
For both of us. Mm-hmm.
And she's of age and she could speak, you know what I'm saying? But she'll tell me, okay, James, I want this. So let me get a ribeye with medium well, and she wants this and she wants that. And we just did that type of thing, right? And so many things that were just chivalry, you know what I'm saying? We wanted to make sure if we're walking next to the street, I'm gonna make sure I'm on the street side and you on the inside of the sidewalk, because I want to make sure that you're protected, because as a man, it's our job to be chivalrous, right? And we want to cover those whom we love, that boss chick, you know what I'm saying? That woman.
I got in trouble for that though.
How you get in trouble?
Like he would be, it was almost like you knew that you supposed to be in this inside. If I was over there, he'd be kind of looking like he would be like, if you don't get your butt over here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'll tell a woman right now, if they're like, especially if it's 23, 22, whatever age they are, if they're walking through a door in front of me, I will say, hold on. Don't deprive me of my opportunity to be a man. I might say, hey, I know you're not used to this, but I got you. Let me be the man right now. I got this. And I do that with any woman. I'm just gonna assume that role, because and most women that I know, if once they recognize characteristics that look like leadership qualities, right, then they usually succumb, or take a back. Not I ain't gonna say a back seat, but at least sit in the passenger seat. Even my ex now, if we go somewhere to go see our daughter play softball or something, she's gonna pull up, get out the car, and go sit in the passenger seat because she want me to drive. And most women then wanted a man to be in the driver's seat as long as he had insurance. I'm using metaphors now. As long as he had insurance, as long as there's gas in the car, hopefully the car is clean, but as long as it's mechanically sound and we can get where we need to get to, then she gets in the car and goes to sleep because she know I'm gonna get her there. And that's what chivalry looks like, right? But now, in this day and age, chivalry has changed. Chivalry don't you ask the wrong woman, can you open the door for her? What's she gonna say? I can do it. I can do it for myself. All that kind of stuff. In fact, this Berkeley International, they did a little blog, and they said 2021 chivalry means respecting a woman's strength. Excuse me, a woman's strength. I'm drinking. I told you I'm drinking my drink over here. But 2021 chivalry means respecting a woman's strength and independence, and this particular act probably needs consigning to the waste bin of aristocratic drawing rooms and boys only public schools. They're saying basically that all chivalry is nowadays is just respecting a woman's strength. It's so much more than that. But that's what we are.
You asked the question. The question was, is chivalry different, or is it what? Can you give me the original question?
Yeah, has chivalry changed?
Oh, yeah. I would say the only reason or the only way it has changed, and it basically goes along the lines of what you just said, is it's not being accepted a lot more. I feel like men still want to do it or still try to do it, but some women, I ain't gonna say all, and I won't say all is for the male, but majority will do it. Just women aren't accepting of it.
And a knee-jerk reaction to rejection oftentimes is something that's probably not what you should say. You know what I'm saying? For instance, if I try to open the door for you and you say, I got it, then the person probably going to say, well, forget you then. Or go on and do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? But then there's always those that say, let a man be a man. And then when he tries to be a man, then you cut his legs off. And then it's hard. A person can't stand if you're cutting their legs off, right? There's no way you can. So, and you want a man to stand up and be a man in your life. But then every time he try to stand up and be a man, then you cut his legs off. How does that work? How does that work? I learned that lesson in leadership a long time ago, because I used to always think, because I was kind of swift with my tongue, that if I embarrassed people, if I cut their legs off, if I did all that they couldn't stand against me. But what I ended up learning later in life is that if I cut their legs off, they couldn't stand with me either. And I'd rather have somebody stand with me than be worried about them standing against me, right? That's that whole leadership thing where we begin to reproduce ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Where
So would that be toxic masculinity?
No.
Okay.
No. I think we got so many little new words like these vibes and energy and all these new age words. I think it's our responsibility as older people to affect this next generation rather than have this next generation affect me. Does that make sense? I mean, there are certain things I'll learn and that you can teach me, but but I also have a filter, and there are certain things that. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, just like you were saying. So all of the years that I've learned and I'm not gonna say the right way because there's no specific right way, but you mean to tell me that all of these great qualities of being this type of man, I'm gonna go unlearn all of that based upon what somebody else is trying to get me to do? It's almost like what they say, they're gonna change you or you're gonna change them. Why would I allow them to change me? This is what I am. Try to put yourself in a position to where your good qualities are showing and they want to be like you and not what this newness is.
Absolutely. And Corey said that feminists destroyed it they are also raising these boys who don't open the door. Yet they destroyed it for some people. They didn't destroy it for everybody. Because like I said, even the enemy recognizes authority. And when you walk in an authoritative walk, they're going to respect it. Like, for instance, Paul said he called the girl sweetie. She didn't get offended. He felt like he offended her. That threw me off. He shouldn't, but so he apologized for calling her sweetie. But when I was at that, remember the time I told you I was at the hotel and the two young girls walk in and one of them say, call me nigga. I said, who? She said, nigga. I said, no. My name ain't nigga. I said, first of all, young lady, I said, I'm too grown and too old to be called nigga. My name is James. Okay. I'm sorry, sir. How old are you? I said, I'm 48, 47, whatever I was at the time. Oh, you look good for your age. Well, it don't make no difference. My name is James. What's your name? I said, what's your name? I said, okay, young lady. And then we communicate from that platform. So I can't, I can't allow you to call. You can call me what you want to, but you can't answer. I don't answer to everything you call me. My name is James. My mom and daddy call me James. Now they call me Little James growing up. Sometimes grandfather still call me Little James. But I don't answer to
like, I don't answer to the snake. When they do that say little mama stuff. I don't snake me.
Yeah.
That ain't me.
And that makes sense. that makes absolute sense. But I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I think we've had a really, really good conversation tonight. And I don't want to put Paul on the cross and crucify him tonight. He said Rick James.
Paul put himself on the cross.
Yeah, man. I ain't never seen nobody get to you like that. I ain't never seen nobody. Yeah.
Paul said he is not following Cam. He following God. Well, you okay then, brother? All right.
Well, y'all, when I mess around and get all this podcast software and be able to put these sounds on here and claps and all that kind of stuff, it's gonna be fun. Listen, but I got to get off here, man. We've had a good conversation tonight. Oh, what Joy said. Let me see. Joy had to say I had to check a young man who was picking up my daughter for a date. He drove up to the driveway and blew the horn. Oh yeah, for her to come out. No, sir. I made her wait in the house till he came to the door, but he hadn't been taught. Absolutely. But what you did at that moment is you taught two lessons.
You did.
The first lesson you taught was to him that you don't come to my daughter's door and not come inside. And the second lesson you taught was to your daughter, don't you let no Negro come and blow the horn and you run outside. Come in the house. Yeah. So those are and those are the lessons that need to be taught. That's why I'm trying to raise this demographic on this show. We got to get some young boys on here that we can help be men, and we got to get some young women on here that we can help be women, and we can help clear up some of these myths. The biggest issue for me with this whole Cam Newton thing is that Cam is a 6'5", 250, 260 pound black man that the society doesn't like. And whatever he says, they're going to always demonize him and try to make him look like he's the worst person in the world. When he laughed at that reporter, his old boy said, I looked at him as smirking, being impressed. My daughter, right now, if I'm yelling at her or act like I'm gonna spank her or whatever, which I ain't spank my kid. My kids probably got 5 spankings between all 3 of them all day long. But if I'm yelling at her because of her nervousness, she's gonna laugh. She's not laughing at me. She's trying to mask her pain by showing that little laugh. And I had to learn that about her. When Cam responded to that, when he responded to that reporter, he said, man, you talking about routes for real? Wow. That ain't laughing at you and condescending to you unless society takes that thing. I can take any gift I want. I can take, because y'all know when I be eating my show, I be eating candy, right? I can take this little box right here and I can wrap it in green paper. I can wrap it in yellow paper. I can wrap it in white paper. I can wrap it in black paper. And then when I give the gift to you, based on those different colors, it's going to elicit a different response from you. Because colors have moods. If I give you pink, it's all of that. So if the media takes his message and they make it look bad, and I just showed y'all 5 white women on Twitter who had a problem, and the white dude wrote the article. I didn't tell y'all that part about it, but the white dude wrote the article. But all of them have something negative to say about Cam. And when I first heard it, Ashley, you know what my first thought was? They don't. It's a cultural clash.
I said that. Remember I said
it's a cultural clash. We used to that.
Yeah.
Man, we used to that in our households, man. We used to it.
Absolutely.
But whoever this bad bitch is that has Megan Thee Stallion and what's that girl had her butt all out last week on that show? Big old head.
Lizzo,
Oh my God, I almost threw up in my mouth.
stop.
But I did almost throw up in my mouth. I didn't want to see all that. That's disgusting.
Oh,
But
jeez.
but that's what society and mamas. Why y'all let y'all daughters get caught up on that stuff? Those are your daughters. Let me tell you something. Eyes, ears, nostrils, mouth, all of those are outlets and windows to the soul. And you let your children listen to this. I'm a bad bitch. I mean, if I'm on a 6-figure nigga, how many people gonna get a 6-figure nigga? Ashley, you left me for real. You better hurry up and come back. I can go out by myself. I don't care. But how many of y'all gonna actually get a 6-figure nigga? Everybody, there we go. But how many people gonna actually get one? I don't know who gonna get them. Okay, so it's all good. It's all good. Is that Joy? Is that the right words? It's to the song 6-figure nigga, whatever. N-I-G-G-A too, not nigger. N-I-G-G. I'm gonna have to really hit illicit. I'm gonna have to really hit explicit on this one for real. I done cussed and all kind of stuff, and I got some people looking at me. Oh Jesus! Listen, I've got to go. I got some things I got to do tonight. I got to fry me.
Go in there and fry you some chicken.
I'm using the air fryer, so what? Don't matter. As long as I'm using the air fryer, don't judge me. Don't judge me.
Don't judge me here.
Girl, I went to Golden Corral twice today.
Oh, not giant.
No, first time I went, as soon as I sat down to eat, my barber called me to come get my hair cut.
Because I was like, man, what you got going on?
And so I'm like, I just paid and I ain't even get a good plate. So I came back and I went up to the little lady. I said, listen, you remember when I was here earlier? She said, yeah. I said, listen, you know I didn't eat. She said, boy, sit down and eat again. I said, okay, cool. So
well, that's good. That was a blessing.
So that was a blessing. Hey, but listen, I'm about to fry me some chicken for real. But y'all know it's been real. I'm sorry I subjected y'all to some, I'll do better next week. I promise you. And listen, in May, we're going to go back to 2 nights a week again. We're going to have Monday Night Live on Mondays, and we're going to probably either have Tuesday Flow or Truth Tuesday on Tuesday nights. I already have my first guest booked for that first Tuesday in May, so I'm excited about that. Y'all, I told you I've been trying to get my strength back and get my enthusiasm back, and Paul actually helped with that tonight. I ain't gonna lie, I got a whole lot of enthusiasm tonight. Y'all see me wearing my shirt, right? I'm wearing my shirt with my mama's picture on it.
I see.
It said forever in our hearts. Let me move it so y'all can see it. Oh, yeah. Can y'all see it? Yeah. So I got my mama shirt on tonight. So this show, and I tagged her in the video. So hopefully, people on her page are watching it. So rest in heaven, mama. Daddy loves me. Your son loves the world out of you. So I'm about to get out of here. It's been fun. And if anybody wants to support this platform, we would definitely welcome your support. These are the ways you can give. There the Cash App is, there the Zelle is, there the PayPal is. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors. Bodyworks Chiropractic, who sponsors us. I got Floyd Armstrong is one of our sponsors. Andre Demetrius is one of our sponsors. All of those, Corey Myers, those people, all have sewn into this platform. Chilton, I forgot his last name, Chilton Blunt. All of those he got off the show one day and sent me like $150 one night because he just believed in the platform, and it's just sitting in the bank waiting to be spent on something that's necessary. So I appreciate all of you all for coming in tonight. Ashley, you're my sweetie, right? And we're gonna ride together till the wheels fall off. So we're gonna continue to grow together. Everybody in the show, everybody in the chat, man, y'all have a good night. I appreciate y'all so much. I look forward to next week. Listen, if any of you all ever have any thoughts that you would like me to discuss, come in my inbox. Let me know. You can be a panelist on the show as well. I don't discriminate. So let's get it together. Let's talk and let's make it do what it do.